can't go by somebody's looks. You can't go by somebody's looks. What's up, everybody? My name is Kier, and you are watching The Important Things That Really Matter. Today, we're going to be talking about you can't go by somebody's looks. What do you mean by that? What I mean by that is you can't go by someone's looks to be able to determine whether they are healthy or not. There are a whole lot of people out here who went by somebody's looks, said, oh, this person looks healthy, whether it's a male or female, and then later on found out that they have HIV from the person that they thought looked very, very healthy. You're not a doctor. You're not a scientist. You're not a lab technician to take samples and take to the lab technician to be able to see whether the person has some type of STD or not. You can't go by looks. There's a whole lot of people right now, thousands upon thousands of people in many of these major cities who now have HIV because they did not use any protection, number one. And number two, they went by what somebody looked like. There are a whole lot of people walking around this day. There are a whole lot of people walking around right now who have HIV or some other transmitted disease, and they look like there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. They look like there's nothing absolutely wrong with them because number one, they're taking medication, which is keeping them healthy looking. All right. So you can't go by their looks. So anyway, let me give you a couple of examples of some people that's extremely important that you need to share this information to other people. Share this information to other people. Share this information I'm about to go into with other people because it's extremely, extremely important. There's still people running around here right now who don't wear a condom, that don't wear protection, that don't use some other contraceptives, okay? There are people around here that literally, knowing all this information, and maybe some of the people don't know the information, that's walking around here still screwing around with different people, and they don't have no rubber, no condom on at all, period. But then the wild thing about all that, what I just said, is that there's still some diseases that you can get even with a rubber on, even with a condom on. Well, what diseases are that? I happen to be talking to a woman. This woman I think had to be in her mid-40s, okay? And I told her, I was like, there's still some diseases that you can get even with the person has a condom on. She was like, what? I said, you didn't know that? No, I didn't know that. There's plenty of diseases that you can get by having a condom on. Okay, number one, you can get herpes from somebody. The man can have a condom on, can have a rubber on. As soon as his skin rubs up against the other person's skin, the herpes transfers from this person's body to his body, or from a man's body to a woman's body. Okay, and that's with a rubber on. But before we get into this further, and I'm going to tell you a couple of stories which you need to know, Before we go into it, I want to say, would you please like, would you please share, would you please subscribe, would you please like, would you please share, would you please subscribe? I guarantee you, if you subscribe, my channel will save you thousands upon thousands of dollars and save you a whole lot of pain and suffering, all right? So we're going to get back into this. I'm going to tell you a story. Another disease that you can get even with a condom on. You can get the new flesh-eating STD. Those of you that don't know about the new flesh-eating STD, you need to go to my channel. Go to my channel and look up the new flesh-eating STD video, which goes in depth as to what this new flesh-eating STD. I go on to talking about how a woman had a little dot of this STD, and that little dot in 2 days spread all over her private parts, spread to all the skin to her hip, and spread to the skin to the lower part of her stomach. And wherever this woman's skin was infected at, the doctors literally got to take a scalpel and cut all that dead meat off. If they don't, the infection will spread all over the person's body and they will die. Do you hear me? And within 2 or 3 days, they will be dead. They will be gone. And if they don't get treatment, they will be gone within 4 days. That's how serious that flesh-eating disease is. If you don't know anything about it, go to my channel, look up the new flesh-eating STD. And then after you finish looking at that, go look up 20,000 new cases of STD. That's another video that you need to watch also too from start to finish. So anyway, back to this subject more, and share those videos also too. Share this video with as many friends and family members as you have, because it's extremely, extremely important that they know that even with a condom on, even with a rubber on, they can still get a transmitted disease. You can even get HIV if the rubber breaks or if the rubber slips off of the person. You can still be exposed to HIV. Okay. So anyway, there was a guy that knew this woman, and once again, you can't go by how somebody looks, whether they look healthy or not, because there's plenty of people walking around that's taking their HIV medication or taking some other medication that is making them look healthy, okay? But they may have HIV, all right? So there was a guy that knew this woman. Him and this woman, they were having a good time together. They were vibing, and so the woman had a couple of kids. So this guy decided he's going to take the risk to date a single mother, okay? And I'm not gonna go into that, but anyway, if you have dated a single mother, you knew there's gonna be a lot of expenses involved in raising their child. And then you're gonna have to deal with the baby daddy, but that's another subject for another day. I got videos on that also too. So there was this guy that decided he was gonna have a relationship with a single mother. And so things were going so well in the relationship that he moved in with her and he was paying the bills with her, and things were going really, really great, really, really great. And then one day, the guy, after I guess a few months of living with the woman, after a few months of living with this woman, all of a sudden my man just started, man, I don't know what's wrong with me. He started talking about he feels funny. Started talking about he's coming down with the flu and how he feels weak and I feel like he feels drained. And how come he can't get rid of his flu? And he's coughing and hacking, he's coughing, and he's talking. Then he tells his girlfriend about this flu that he just can't get rid of. Talking with her over and over again. Man, I don't know why this flu won't leave me. It should have been gone by now. And so anyway, he tells the girlfriend that, I think I'm gonna go to the doctor within the next few days and get myself checked out and find out what's wrong with me. So this is what the guy was saying. So the woman that he was living with heard the information. So the next day he come back home, and once again, fair use. This guy comes back home, opens up the door. His girlfriend took all of the furniture out of the house, took everything out of the house. The only thing that was in the house was his echo, him saying hello. That was the only thing that was echoing in the house when he seeing if somebody was home, okay? So the woman took everything out of the house. So he's like, why'd this woman leave? He's trying to get in contact with her. She don't want to return no phone calls or nothing. Well, he found out not too long after that why his lady friend left. Well, she left because she gave him HIV. She left because she gave him HIV. She left because she gave him HIV. He found out he was getting treated to find out what was wrong with him. And then come home one day, she figured that while he was at work, she was gonna leave. So now he knows that this woman gave him HIV, who totally looked like she was completely healthy. Okay, you follow what I'm saying? You cannot go by somebody's looks. You can't go by how somebody looks. That's what I'm saying. You need to share this video with as many people as possible. You need to share this video with as many people as possible. There are thousands upon thousands of people right now who have HIV who went by what somebody looked like, whether they were healthy or not. So anyway, once again, please like, please share, please subscribe. I got another story for you that you need to hear. There was a particular woman, there was a relative of mine. A relative of mine was telling me that he went to a particular event. I think it was a party or something that he went to. And while he was at this particular event, he met this beautiful woman, gorgeous, fine woman. She was beautiful. So he's talking to this woman and things are going really well between him and her. They're vibing with each other. Everything's going great between them. And so while things are going really great with him and her, he's thinking this, so he wants to maybe like get with her, maybe start something up with her, hook up with her, have some type of relationship with the woman. And so in the process, the woman, while they're talking and stuff, the woman gets up and walks away to go somewhere. I guess she probably went to the restroom or something. Well, anyway, while my relative was sitting there at this party, all of a sudden, this guy comes and sits next to him after the woman leaves him. So the guy sits down and said, yeah, how you doing, man? My name is such and such. He's like, yeah, okay, how you doing? He's like, yeah. He said, you know the woman that you were just talking to? He's like, yeah, what about her? He's like, well, that's my sister. He's like, oh, okay, all right, well, nice meeting you, okay? He said, I want to tell you something. That's my sister. Yes, she's nice looking, she's a beautiful woman, but I'm gonna give you some information. He's like, what information is that you want to tell me? He said, my sister, this woman, this guy that was talking to him, told him that his sister had HIV. He was like, what? He said his sister had HIV and was in her mind going to give it to as many men as possible. In her mind, she was going to give it to as many men as possible. Now, mind you, I told you this woman was gorgeous, beautiful looking woman. But this man did not know that this woman that he was talking to had HIV if the woman's brother did not come over there and tell him that this was her plan, goal, and objective was to get as many men, to give as many men possible HIV. All right. Would you please like? Would you please share? Would you please subscribe? Would you please like? Would you please share? Would you please subscribe? I guarantee you that if you subscribe, that you'll have access to information from my channel that'll help to save you tens of thousands of dollars, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars, and save you a whole lot of pain and suffering. Peace.